As much fun as it is to fly high and fast, today we're gonna fly low and slow. Alright, today we're here at Fernandina Beach with Jack Jr. and Jack. We're going to be taking up their awesome little Piper Cub for a spin around the island.
This is a 1939 Piper Cub. Very simple and fun airplane to fly and very easy to pre-flight.
Looks like it.
There are only 3 things to check in the cockpit. Number 1, make sure our fuel is on. Number 2, to make sure we're trim, and our altimeter. Very basic instrument panel. RPM, airspeed, which is in miles per hour, compass, and the ball, all important ball, altimeter, oil temp, oil pressure, and it's a carbureted airplane, and that's the primer. This is also very important. This is our gas gauge.
Wow, that's cool.
It is a cork floating in the gas, and as you can see, as you drain fuel, it descends. And as you got it full, it's got full gas.
Nice.
Struts, sure that nice and tight. Airplane's nice and tight. We look at our cables that control our ailerons. Push up, make sure the airplane feels nice and sturdy. Simple left, simple right. Thing works properly. Back here. Elevators, good. Jack screw is good for the trim. Flying wires, tight. Rudder, don't push, just look. By the way, fabric airplane.
Is it really? Wow.
So, gotta be careful. You could punch a hole in it if you're not careful, like I did. Again, simple check. We're looking at all our cable and all our attaches. Good shape. Pitot tube. Brakes. Propeller. And the engine is a 65 horsepower Continental. And we check the oil. I may need your help holding the brakes because that gentleman, the other Jack, is going to hand prop the airplane, and we like to have two people on the brakes so the airplane doesn't chase him around the airfield.
Sounds good.
All right, we're going to prime it first.
The bottom is the brakes, right?
Yes, sir. Top are the rotor pedals. They're heel brakes.
All right, so we're priming the engine right now. Getting ready for Jack Jr. out there to hand spin the prop.
Okay, so we got 4 shots of prime, and he is going to, we're going to say switch off, which it is, switches off, switch off and brakes. And he's going to pull it through 3 times.
Okay.
1, 2, and 3.
Contact.
Okay. Now, magnetos are to both, brakes, throttle crack. Simple as that. Alright, now we got oil pressure.
Alright, we're taxiing this Cub out here for takeoff. This is my first time in a tail dragger, so this is pretty exciting, Jack.
The other thing I need to tell you too, Steve, I can't see out the window.
Yeah, I see that. It's
So I have to S-turn the airplane to see ahead. So I put the wheel on the stripe, go back to the right, put the wheel on the stripe, and repeat.
that way we don't run anybody over.
That's right.
We're here at Fernandina Beach. We're going to be taking the Cub up here for a little tour of Amelia Island, correct, Jack?
That's correct. A beautiful way to fly on a beautiful day.
It is a really nice day out.
I frankly love doing this.
So there is no electrical system on this airplane.
No electrical system. All we have are the magnetos firing the spark plugs. So now we're gonna turn it into the wind. Pull the stick back. And we're gonna get on our brakes a little bit. I'm gonna take a brief pause and wait on a little oil temperature. Just a little bit before we do our run up.
All right.
I'll give it a little RPM. To help out. How's the wind noise back there? You okay?
It's not bad at all. It's refreshing.
Just so you know, we're not going to close the doors.
Oh, this is going to be awesome. Look at this, guys. Wide open. I like it.
Natural air conditioning. So one thing is, Steve, in your airplane and in most airplanes, it has a nose wheel. This has a tail wheel. So on takeoff, we're actually going to push the nose forward, or essentially push the tail up. So we're not going to pull back on the stick initially to go flying. We're going to push, and the tail will come up, and all the while working those rudder pedals that keep the airplane straight. And around 60 miles an hour, she'll just start flying, and we'll kind of just ease off, and we'll stay at 60 miles an hour all the way to the top of our climb, to be 800 feet, at which we'll level off and trim. We'll set our cruise power and enjoy the view.
Nice.
I'll tell you also a very interesting tidbit about the Piper Cub. Most people don't know this, but the Piper Cub was the most feared airplane in World War II. The reason is the Piper Cub flew along with the Army. So as the Army would move forward, the Piper Cub would land in fields in and around the Army, and it was used to spot the German Army and used to direct artillery fire towards them.
Wow, that's really interesting. It was like a scout plane, kind of like, right?
It was a scout plane, and it also trained a lot of initial pilots before the Stearman, the Boeing Stearman came along, which then taught most of the World War II pilots after that. I got enough green, so what we're going to do next, we're going to hold the brakes, keep the stick back. We're going to ease our power up to roughly 1700 RPM and check our mags and our carb heat. Good drop. A good drop. Carb heat. Good drop. And reduce our power. And the next thing we're going to do is release the brakes. And since we don't have a radio, I don't have the handheld with us today, we're going to look for traffic.
All right.
We keep our eyes out, and we're going to look for anybody coming this direction.
We're going to be taking off at runway 9?
Yeah, and at this, we're going to do basically a 180 here. And at this time, we're also going to check our controls free and correct as we go around with the wind. And there we go. So, Steve, if it's all right with you, I'll do the takeoff and the initial climb out, and I'll get it set up, and then I'll let you take over and do some flying so you get an idea how to fly the Piper Cub.
That sounds like a plan.
And I don't see anybody. You got anybody out there?
I do not see anybody.
Yep. We're going to skirt across 1-3, and just like the TBM, you're going to ease the power forward. No sudden throttle movements, just gently push it to full throttle.
All right. We're lining up on runway 9er.
Slight crosswind, not much, not like that one you had the other day.
Yeah, 25 knots.
All right, let's ease in the power. I release the brakes, gently at it.
All right, here we go.
Comes the tail. We're looking for 60, or 60.
Wow, this is really cool. 1 Tango Bravo sitting down there.
We're still kind of holding our 60 miles an hour, and we're just coming up on 200 feet. Ah, nice and slow. We gotta watch out for the helicopter to our left. Do you see him?
Yep, got the helicopter over here, the Navy helicopter. Got a golf course right down here below us. Probably gotta watch out for golf balls too.
You might have to. So Steve, I always do a climb all the way around the airport when in this airplane because it's so slow.
We got some birds out over here to the right a little bit.
I stay in the traffic pattern
Okay.
when I climb because it takes it a while to get up to our cruise altitude and above 500 feet.
There we got the airport over here on our left side. There we go. What kind of climb rate do you usually get out of this?
100 feet a minute.
100 feet a minute?
Maybe 2. Not much.
You see TBM right down there on the ramp, sitting there at McGill Aviation.
And what we're going to do next, Steve, is we get up to our 800 feet. We're just passing 650 now. So we're going to head over to the ocean down the beach, and we're going to turn to the right towards the south end of the island.
Sounds good. I love flying with the door open. This is really...
Yeah, it's really comfortable back there, actually. It's not hot.
Yeah, this is really nice.
All right, we're getting up to our 800 feet. We're going to lower the nose. And we'll ease our power back.
What do you set the RPM to usually?
About 2150.
2150 for cruise?
Yeah. We'll get her trimmed out. She's a little nose down, actually, at the moment. I'll ease off to the right.
What's cool about Fernandina Beach is you can actually drive out on the beach.
Yes, in spots you can. Yep.
Different spots.
Down there, the dark spot in the water.
That's a bunch of fish?
Bunch of fish.
Cool.
Do you want to fly it?
Yeah, I'd love to fly it.
Okay, I'm gonna look by no hands.
All right.
She does have a slight pull to the left. Not bad.
This is really nice. The little rod right out there in front right there, that's your fuel gauge. So as you're flying along, you can basically see the amount of fuel you have on board, as long as it doesn't get stuck. So when you're flying this solo, you fly it from the back seat?
Fly it from the back seat, and because of weight and balance, that's how it was made. So you set your altimeter, and that's it for the rest of the trip.
Wow.
But it's a very simple airplane. And you can see we've topped out at 75 miles an hour.
We're screaming.
Beautiful day, so you can see Jacksonville off in the distance there.
There's Jacksonville over there. And up here on the right, you can actually ride horses out on the beach too, correct?
That's correct. Horseback riding. And you'll see them on occasion, but they'll come all the way down and head back. It's a beautiful beach.
I'm usually actually afraid of heights. Being a pilot, that's kind of strange. But normally, like when I'm hiking and stuff, is where I get afraid of heights. But being right at the edge of this door that's wide open, I'm all right. For some reason, when I'm in airplanes, I'm not afraid of heights. Only when I'm like on the edge of a cliff or something.
I don't like tall buildings. That's not natural. We should be in an airplane moving when we're up high, right?
Exactly. Much as I fly the TBM in here, this is a very special and fun treat for you to take me up in this Cub.
Hey, I'm happy to do it. Anybody that wants to go flying in the Piper Cub, I'm ready to go.
I agree.
I'm gonna take over real quick, Steve.
All right, your controls.
I want to see. If we see down here at this end of the island. This is where the river meets the ocean, and there might be some shark sightings for us to look at.
Oh, there we go. What kind of sharks do usually hang out around these waters right here?
Usually the black-tip shark is what you see, and there could be a number of them schooling these shallows, but we'll see. Sometimes they're here, sometimes they're not. And you can see that dark spot. It's real hard to see if that's a shark down there.
Oh yeah, I can see it. Yeah. I don't know if the camera's going to be able to pick it up, but that's pretty cool. That's my favorite part about flying out in the Bahamas in the caravans, is getting to look down in the waters. You can see everything.
Yeah, it's so beautiful there. It's a little murkier here, but you can see them in the shallows there.
Oh yeah.
One, two, there's a good one there.
There's a whole bunch of them. A lot of sharks. Yeah, actually those are pretty good size too. I can see one right down there below us now. If you guys can see the small, actually a whole bunch of them, 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah. A lot of people will come out here and spend the day on their boat.
Wow. Oh, yeah, there's so many sharks out there.
And they have no idea that there's so many sharks.
I think I saw about 20 total right in that area.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
Enter a left downwind. It's a little bit closer. So you're used to the TBM, you'd be a lot further out. Once we get a beam, the numbers. So where our touchdown point is, we're going to pull out our carb heat. We're going to reduce our power. Still not there yet. Nothing happens fast in a Viper Cub.
We're on a left base for landing here. All right, we're turning final here. Right now we're about 60 knots. We're all lined up. We're landing right here in the grass. The first for me also. I've never landed in the grass. Oh, Jack, that was nice. Nice and smooth landing. Jack, I really appreciate you inviting me up to fly the Piper Cub today around Amelia Island. It was a lot of fun. There's 1 Tango Bravo. I hope she's not jealous that I'm flying around in this.